Welcome to the 2.5 Citizens podcast. I'm Zen.
Pabs.
Hey, it's Ruben.
And let's get right into it. So AI is taking over the world, by what I understand.
And ChatGPT has been getting crazier and crazier. There's a bunch of stories of people using it. And it's basically just a prompt, because y'all haven't used it. I sent you the link. When you get a chance to use it, it's completely fine. So a lot of people have started using it, and I was very hesitant.
Like I told you about the public one.
Yes. So there's a bunch of different AIs, and they're becoming more and more popular. Yeah, AI has been a thing for a while.
I make them like write my college essay or something, or like have him do my homework.
Right. So I'll explain that. So AI has been a thing. You can train different models to learn about different things, but it hasn't been very public in the sense that people haven't created things for the public to use. The examples beforehand were like, different image detection, like being able to decipher what something is by just training it with a bunch of pictures. It's basically like if I show you a million pictures of a cat and then I show you a picture of a dog, you should know that is not a cat, right? And if I show you a picture of a cat, then you should know that that's a cat. And so it gets better and better, and it gets trained with different things. And so actually, a fun fact is like CAPTCHAs, you're actually training a model in that. When it's telling you find this, you're telling it this is what it is, and it's slowly learning. So just imagine like millions, billions of people telling like a computer like this is what this is. It like is trained like, okay, like I know what this is, being able to decipher. So AI will only continue to get better and better. And so now a lot of people which hopped on that trend where they started doing the photos, right? And now photo AI is a thing.
Can we do our photo AI?
No, we ain't on that trend. We're cooler. All right.
All that is it just makes you look better, and then you're like, oh, okay, cool. This is what I really look like.
Yeah.
If AI says I look like this is what I look like.
This is what I look like now with the filter. Yeah. Okay. But ChatGPT, I was kind of hesitant because I really hadn't seen anything that was to the public, like public facing, that was really good and free, because it costs money to run these things. It costs some sort of power. So usually they'll charge you. I think they charge you for those pictures.
Yeah.
So I just asked ChatGPT like basic questions, and I was only allowed to ask it a question like per hour. And then I think because I was messing with it enough, they allowed me to ask more questions. But it's really good. Like if I was in college, I would use it.
And like, I was trying to tell you it was going to be good, and I felt like when I talked to you about it, you seemed a little hesitant. Like you seemed almost like
I was like, right. Oh, it's going to be like
you
some,
like Zen's talking to me about AI right now. Okay.
I did. I really thought like, no, like it couldn't be that good. Like it's a meme like of how good, but it really is good. Like it gives you like, it just feels like you're answering like an essay question, and it's just a good, like, even if you didn't use it, it would be a good like template like, you just follow and then just start to replace. Like very good, very good. Yeah. But I was doing it around Christmas time, around our Christmas special.
Wait, did you see one that like they like made him write a Drake song?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It wasn't the best. No, it wasn't the best, but like it wasn't bad.
I got a whole thing about Drake, and I wanted to discuss it too.
Well, we're gonna get to that.
Let me go through these. So I asked it because it was something that I wanted to bring up but didn't get to. So now I thought it'd be good to do it here. So I asked it, give me some controversial Christmas questions that I could ask, and it gave me a list of 8 questions, and then I wanted to see y'all's take on it because it was pretty good. So first one, all right. Is it appropriate to say Merry Christmas, or should we use more inclusive language?
So personally, it's a back and forth one, because to me, if you're celebrating Christmas, then celebrate Christmas. You know what I mean? And don't take like Christ out of Christmas just because like whatever. Now you can say Happy Holidays.
But Pablo, was Christ born on Christmas?
Like the one that that we I'm not a theologist.
Okay, actually that's a really good point. Hey, that's a really good point, because by what I understand, I could be completely wrong. By what I understand, they just said, hey, there's already a bunch of like holidays around this time, so let's just throw Jesus's birthday.
Well, we don't know all. Okay.
Yeah, allegedly.
Okay, so
what came first, Hanukkah or Christmas?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Real question.
Probably Hanukkah.
Right. So probably if they're like, yo, let's just throw this around the holiday season.
I don't know.
It would be more inclusive. I ain't
gonna lie though.
It would be more inclusive to say Happy Holidays.
I don't know if this is because of the Kanye stuff that's been happening, but I was at Walmart like a couple of days ago, and I've never in my life have seen this. You know how Walmart, Target, they all do holiday sections, right?
Yeah, Hanukkah is sorry to interrupt you. Hanukkah's older.
All right then.
164 BCE, Christmas 336
no, but
AC.
like that for sure makes sense because Christianity came from
Judaism. How about they did Christianity? Jesus.
It's basically like Judaism is like I'm everyone's daddy.
Okay.
Now, so with that being said, it is kind of arrogant for Christmas to then say not only like they're kind of coming and being like we're the holiday. Now,
okay, gotcha.
What happened?
Right.
What happened?
I don't want you to. Okay, because there's 8 questions.
All right, well,
and this is the New Year's episode.
All right, to me, I just really want to go into the point of this whole thing is really almost like a Hallmark holiday where it's just about gift giving and about capitalism, really. And then we act like because of that we're showing love, and because God is love, we're acting in a godlike way.
That makes sense. I think that's a fair. Okay, all right. So no, because Christmas is really just a made-up holiday, is what you're saying.
Yeah, happy holidays now. I'm on happy holidays now.
All right, number 2, should we allow, especially, this is funny, like, should we allow children to believe in Santa Claus or tell them the truth about the holiday origins?
No. No. Can I go first?
Yeah.
Can I go first?
Yes.
Yo, my mom's did not let me believe in Santa Claus because she was like, that's a distraction from the devil. Like, there was no like child wonder or like whimsy in the house. It was like, I'm buying the gifts. This is where they are, kind of thing. And it's like, it's cool. I don't know. Like, it's just
was that fun though?
Yeah. So, do you want it or not want it?
Yeah.
Would you let your kids live in?
Hell yeah, dude. Like, I would go all out. Like, I would literally like buy.
What
boots.
Age? I would tell them no.
What age do you tell them no? Like probably middle
like
school.
What age do you tell them? Middle school, like, it ain't real.
Like at once 5th grade comes around, that's when like I would talk to like Elvira and I would have to discuss it. Like, be like,
how do you think they'll feel about the fact that you lied to them in their whole lives? Like now you're gonna have to like gain their trust back.
No, because it's like, look, this was like a fun thing that we did for you. Like, did you not enjoy it? Did you not have fun? It's not like I didn't do it because like I wanted to deceive you. I did it because I knew it would create this fun memory. I will create fun memories.
How did you feel? How did you feel when your dad told you?
Well, your dad told you.
I found out multiple ways that way. So what it did for me is like later on. So that was the first time. Another time I was talking to my aunt, and I was talking about an MP3 player. We're talking about MP3 players in general, MP3 prices. I got an MP3 player, not an iPod, for my birthday, and it was like this random off-brand MP3 player. And she was telling me about how much they were, and I said, "How do you know?" She's like, "Because I went with your mom to get it." And I was like, "But I thought Santa Claus got it for me." And so that was another time that happened. And so I realized how stupid adults were at that moment. And so from then on,
they couldn't keep the story straight.
Yeah. They were the worst. So what I then started realizing is I have to be the one to make sure Roman, like, I had to start making up all these stories. My parents were so reckless. One time they wrapped all my gifts. They used to get Santa Claus wrapping paper and regular wrapping paper, like so the gifts were in different wrapping paper.
They stopped caring.
One year they didn't do that, and then just wrote a big ass note saying, "Hey, you was almost on the bad list. I'm gonna be real with you. You was almost on the bad list,
buddy.
And like we gonna let you slide this time. But because we did this so last minute, I ain't get a chance. I had to borrow some of y'all's parents' wrapping paper.
That's such a
that's
G move.
cute.
What are you talking about?
That's pretty
hold on.
cute.
Hold on.
No. I'm gonna give.
Hold on.
Okay. I'm gonna
after
both
that,
of y'all.
I started protecting Roman. So like they would do shit like my dad would be like, "Hey Roman, can you give me something out the car?" And then he would go to the car forgetting that he put his gift in there. And so then now Roman sees his big ass Nerf gun in there. And then I got to step in and be like, "Hey, look, the way that logistics works, sometimes our parents have to pick up the gifts for Santa." And they kind of have this. Yeah. So I end up having to make up these crazy anecdotes to make sure that they don't go through the same thing I did.
So Zen, would you?
That's just the older brother in you just like took over. And
of course. I'm the one that had to do that shit.
So would you let your kids believe in Santa?
I've been really debating with that. I do want to let them believe in Santa only because I want to go all out. I want to get like I want to get the boots and put the footprints.
I was trying to. I want to do the boots and pop. You know.
That's really cute. Okay, I like that. All right, next question.
And if they're bad, dude, I'm gonna dress up as a Grinch and steal that hoe.
I'll straight up throw coal in their stockings.
Should we allow public Christmas displays, or is it a violation of separation of church and state?
Depends on who's doing it.
Yeah.
The government.
If it's a private business displaying,
like if
not private business, the government.
Like if Houston City Hall like put up like a major and like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think lights is
Which
pretty
I think
like
they might do.
Lights is universal.
Lights
a Christmas tree itself is low key.
A tree, you're like.
Well, but here's the thing with the tree is at this point it's.
Then what about New York, bro? They got that huge tree and.
But that's Rockefeller. That's Rockefeller Center itself. That's a private business.
That's not.
So
all right. So
I would say,
not if it's the city, like run government. They should.
If it's the city,
if it's a city, max lights. If it's a city, max.
Well, if the city, they got to do both. They got to do both.
Yeah, but so no manger is what you're saying. Remove the manger.
Yeah.
No baby Jesus. Okay,
no baby Jesus, but a tree's fine. Throw a gift under there. You good?
All right. Is it acceptable
throw a gift under a menorah?
I feel like this is a very easy one. Is it acceptable to change gifts with non-Christian friends and family members during the holiday season? I say yes, because what do you mean? Everybody celebrates Christmas Eve. Okay.
Yeah.
Should we prioritize celebrating Christmas as a religious holiday or as a cultural holiday? And I think this is what we got in the first. Yeah, I agree.
At this point, it's pretty much like Halloween now. It's like
even the Christians don't even.
I'll be real with you. If I see a manger,
we got Easter.
Hey, if I see a reindeer in front of your house, like an inflatable, I'm like, that's sick. I see like the manger with baby Jesus and Mary and all that. I'm like, yo, wild.
You're like, oh, you're that house, dude?
Yeah, I'm like, for real. Like, what the fuck? Like, all right, man, I guess you ain't got no snowman, nothing.
Wait, what if you got the snowman with baby Jesus?
I mean, it's cool if you do both, but it's like if your whole thing's about Jesus, it just makes me feel like,
okay,
like I get it.
Most of these now I'm seeing are like basically like separating the holiday from the religion, which I think most people do already. Right, but this one I think is, should we support companies that engage in unethical practices during the holiday season, such as overworking employees or engaging in environmentally harmful practices?
But they do that anyway. They do that anyway.
Here's my thought. Okay, hold on.
Santa was on that grind, is what you were saying.
No,
you gotta do it. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
What I will say,
gotta work.
What I will say is,
you think those elves are brown?
No, those elves are definitely under the same conditions that like iPhone factories are under. And Nike. That's just what it is, and that's what the whole holiday is about in general. If you look at the basis, if we look at it culturally, the basis is there's a bunch of overworked elves that work all year.
Yo, is this
big company?
Is this AI a liberal, dude? Like, what is this?
It's controversial topics.
Now, what I will say,
that's what I asked it. It's not.
What I will say is there's a lot of people who get jobs around the holiday times because they know that that's when they're going to be able to get more money. They know that that's going to be like
does this AI know that people like to be hypocrites, and that's why like it brought it up.
Well, it's taking a bunch of
it's like, why would you choose
it together and giving it to you?
Like, why would you choose the holiday season to take this weird ethical stance when it's like a year?
Because I asked it. That's what I asked.
No. I'm saying, but like, no, I understand that.
But do you think so? What you're saying is you think liberals are training this AI?
Maybe, dude.
Oh, you think the data set is skewed that trained it?
Yeah. That's what Pablo. That's what Pablo is.
I think you would keep retraining it, but I think I mean, would you rather it be trained with like? I mean, I guess that's a good thing, but you know, it's free to you. They could train it however they want.
Hey, could you imagine a like completely right-leaning? Yeah. Do you believe that we shouldn't be letting these non-Christians celebrate our holiday?
Hey, maybe you could make that. That'd be awesome. Crazy. Train the AI to just be, you know.
Do you believe
honestly, it probably turn alt right
if you're having premarital sex, then you should not get gifts from Santa.
If you come in here, is that no? I'm just joking.
You know,
if you were coming to this country illegally, then we legally shouldn't have to give you no present.
You know, brother. The only man that's allowed to come into my house and not get a bullet in him is Santa Claus.
And that's going to be for certain. Yeah. What I will say. Now, do you believe that when Santa comes, if that reindeer is looking mighty scrumptious, you should be able to pull out the 22 and do what you got to do?
You know,
y'all do hang around white people.
Are we just too good at this?
Like, y'all really good. Y'all really good.
I recently got on a venison list from
in a what?
From a
venison
homie. Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means that I got a homie that their parents like to hunt deer and they got all this meat.
Okay.
Got on the list.
So what are you gonna do with it once you get it?
I don't know. I was gonna talk to you about it.
Right. Because when you come to me, like he's goddamn dude, he's like trying to transition into white, and then he goes, all right, let me explain.
So what do white people do?
2 different ways to do this. You ready? Okay. You ready for it? You're ready for it. First thing you got to do is you're going to get they're just going to give you a fucking big ass leg or some shit and be like, here, Now, what you got to do with that shit, for one, it's got to go in the freezer. You're going to take part of it. You're going to get it processed. Make some deer sausage. Yeah. You got to go to a deer processing place, get like deer sausage. The sausage
is already made, and I would just get the sausage.
Okay, because if they just give you the meat, you got to get it processed. Sausage? I mean, on the grill is probably the best way. But the other thing is, if you get a good amount of meat, what you want to do is you want to get it in a mix. You want to get half venison, half pork, and then you want to make tamales.
What do y'all want to ask ChatGPT about the new year?
What are
the easiest like
New Year's resolutions
the ones that get like abandoned like day 3?
Yeah. Okay. So, how would you word that?
What
resolution gets abandoned first in New Year's? Or I feel like working out.
New Year's resolutions people give up quickly.
Yeah. I feel like working out has to be like number 1 or 2.
Like literally there's an entire business model of like, let's get the like people at the gym are like annoyed when they go to the gym. Like people that go to the gym often.
Yeah, January's like
they're like, yo, I fucking hate going to the gym in January. All these New Year's resolutions are here. Yeah. And then right around like March, they stop. Like things get back to normal for them around
Let
March.
them try. You gonna make fun of people for trying?
Yeah, that's
the gym's only for you. Chill out.
It's just good. Like
you're done. You're finished. Get the fuck out of here.
But it doesn't work like
everybody
that.
Who's
you have to keep up.
All right, we'll keep up outside. Let us use it.
Oh, so
I actually go to the gym.
I was here first, and now you're telling me because you want to come in with this new introductory rate.
Saying, don't get I
had to pay more money, and you got to pay less money, and now you got to come in here.
Well, you a chump. You're a chump. You should have joined on January.
Chump. Oh, you thought I was feeling you?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Mm-mm. I wanted all these other people's money.
You?
Yeah. All right. So these are it. Y'all ready?
I'm ready
for this list.
Go through the list.
All right. ChatGPT, thank you. He's just like praise you. Here's some New Year's resolutions that people may have give up quickly. First one,
quickly. I have one more thing about ChatGPT. Now this is very, very intro. We're learning things like people can easily cheat in school and stuff like that. What precautions are going to be put in place to not let people do that? Do you think like that's going to have to be the next step?
No, I know. You remember when airdrop first happened?
Mm-hmm.
So when airdrop became a thing, but my sister told me that like people would airdrop answers to each other, and you know how JV had like an Asian mafia, and they would all airdrop like answers.
This is my first time hearing of this. There's an Asian mafia at the high school.
Well, it's not like a real mafia, but all the smart kids would just pass each other answers and all do really well.
Come on, bro, you like infiltrated it.
I wasn't a part of it. They didn't include me. All the Asian kids were just like, oh, a smart brown person.
Yeah.
Well, you're just excluded. Like, you're too smart for the brown kids and too dumb for the Asian kids.
Probably yes, honestly. But like, anyway, so what happened was that eventually they realized that all these kids were airdropping answers on the school's Wi-Fi, and that's how they got caught. So it's probably going to be on some shit like that. So like, if you
they thought they were smart, couldn't even get off the Wi-Fi.
Maybe if you look at the search history, like let's say high school, they issue them laptops or iPads or whatever the hell they do nowadays, and they look at the search history, and the search history has ChatGPT, then you're you know.
But you deserve to be caught. You deserve to be caught. No, but like, let's say you did it the correct way. You did it on your own laptop, everything. I think it'd be too difficult to.
It would be. Yeah, there's no way for them to.
It's just being trained. Like it unless I mean, I would at least do the due diligence of kind of Googling the answers to make sure it's not straight from somewhere. But if it works like it should not be straight from somewhere. Yeah, because and then as a result,
it would be. Couldn't it turn into the equivalent of like Wikipedia, where anyone can just write shit on there? So like,
but it's different. It's AI.
It's kind of like the equivalent of like a calculator, where you're just like, well, I'm not just going to turn this in. At least I don't think you should, but you could. But like this will help me in the process of making this. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's hard to think, and as humans, we're lazy, and everything we build will help us automate things and make things a lot easier. And coming up with ideas and structuring it, and even when you like know it, you have to put it down on paper. So it's like
I'm just so glad. I'm just so glad.
I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on and just say that what if Hollywood has been using AI this whole time? Because some of these shows and some of these movies,
no, they're not. They should though. They're not.
Straight up, I'm like, bro, who the hell thought of this? Who is this for? Like, this is terrible.
Their ideas are not creative. They're just like, how about this book from like 30 years ago? That's it. That's literally it. Yeah. I hope that they do use this, and I'm sure it would come up with better ideas than Hollywood. Hollywood been on like a slump. Avatar 2. We needed Avatar 2 like 5 years ago. Avatar 2, you don't need
Avatar 2
takes a long time to make avatars.
Too bad. Then don't do it.
But I'm just so glad I didn't learn how to code, because imagine if I would have wasted time learning how to code.
Why?
Because now this could just code for me.
Code for you. I haven't used that function, but I'll look through it and I'll let y'all know if it's any good.
Yeah, because
I hear that it also can. I might use it for my work.
Why would I have coded? Like, that'd been crazy if I was out here learning how to code.
Hey, yo, what if
I think it's the opposite. It's like now you have something that could code for you, and then you look at it, and then you could be like, "Oh, this looks good," and then turn it in, and now you just got paid, but you did nothing. Kind of like college, but you get paid for it. I think if anything, I'm happy. I'm like, oh, okay, because at the end, you still need somebody to go through this for now. So if that's my job,
to read the code and make sure that it's right.
So with all that being said, what are these questions, or what are these responses?
Fuck you then. All right, first one: losing weight or starting a new diet. Many people make resolutions to lose weight or start a new diet, but these can be difficult to stick to over the long term. It can be hard to change eating habits and maintain a consistent exercise routine. So I think we all agree on this. What do you think is the timeline? When do people give up? I know
around March.
My number is. You gave people 2 months?
2 months? You give people too much credit.
Well, they're not going consistently, but they keep on saying they're going to go. So first they go one day.
When do they stop going consistently?
3 weeks.
Damn, 3? I say 2. 2 weeks.
2 weeks and they stop.
That's when they drop.
Well, because they say 21 days is what forms that habit.
Can you do something for me?
Y'all being mad sus right now.
A little wrist flex for me.
And we'll get into that in a little
I had this
bit.
conversation about Drake. Where I agree now, because I said in my comments before, Drake is crusty. Drake is not crusty. His fans are crusty. Or like he attracts crusty fans. Not all of his fans. Like, I'm not saying Zen is crusty, but a lot of his fans are very crusty in the sense that like they are just kind of shitty people. They like really like him because he like, you know, it's kind of like you judge the artist by their fan base, and it's like you attract this person. Like, I could not, like, me personally, if they like that music, like, I can't, and they like it for these specific reasons, like, I can't. But he does make catchy music. Sometimes that's your ick. Sometimes it's corny. It is. If he listens to Drake, that's an ick. Or if Drake is his personality, that's an ick. Like, if it's his favorite artist.
Oh yeah. If they're like very Drake-y, if they think that they're like a Drake, that was a time that was a lot of people were on that show in 2016.
Shout out to Alexis. She was the person that I talked to about this.
2016, that was like where people were very Drake-y, but we want to get into Drake in a little bit. So what's the next one?
All right, next one. Quitting smoking or drinking. Quitting smoking or drinking can be challenging.
You a week.
Because these behaviors are often deeply ingrained adults, have a lot of willpower. Yeah. So like, we don't smoke, or I mean, maybe we smoke. I don't know. Okay, but like, if you
thanks for putting me out there like that, the fuck?
What you literally, we were at Agora.
Was that the tobacco patch?
Yeah.
So you're gonna make me, so now we got to talk about it then.
Yeah, we were.
All right, no, you're making me say it the way that it's gonna be said. Now you have no control over how this is said. So this is when Alicia and I. This is when Alicia and I first started dating.
He's taking back his narrative,
and this is actually in very good correlation to what we're talking about right now.
Go off, Kanye.
So it was New Year's Day, right? Which again, no one does anything on New Year's Day. You do something on New Year's Eve and you just recover the next day.
Yeah.
So he's telling me like, hey, you want to hang out? I'm with my girl. We just started officially dating again. And I said, hey, yeah, I want you. I don't know if you had met Alicia yet, but I'm like, I want you to meet Alicia. Let's go to Agora. Agora is like the cool coffee shop to hang out around Montrose area. So Pablo was on his like, you were just starting to talk to Elvira. Y'all weren't dating yet, I don't think.
No, we were about to date.
Y'all were about to date. Y'all were at the cusp, but like y'all hadn't. So Pablo's still trying to be smooth. He's still trying to be like that. Like what you're talking about. He's still trying to be smooth. So he pulls up, hair done, leather jacket on. Right? It's January. He's got a leather jacket on. Looks fly. I was like, all right, dog. And this is where
like,
my
how much?
This is where my toxicity comes in. This is my toxicity comes in. I said, dog, you know what would look sick with that leather jacket? If you smoked a cigarette right now.
Oh my!
I'm like, you would look so sick smoking a cigarette with that leather jacket on.
Agreed. What happened?
Pablo literally said, "You know what? I think you're right," and smoked his first cigarette at that Agora because he was wearing a leather jacket. And he thought it'd make him look cooler.
Did it?
It did.
It did. I will be honest.
Plus 25 on the coolness.
It did. But he literally has been looking down at himself ever since that moment.
Oh my
because
God.
he realized, like, why the fuck did I smoke a cigarette? Break my entire life of not smoking a cigarette because I thought I'd look cool in a leather jacket.
Yeah. I mean, after that, now it's just like
I think so. Now he wants to call me saying that I smoked, a cigarette, this and that and that. But you only smoked one because you were wearing a leather jacket.
No.
So you were killing the environment and animals at the same time. Go off though.
There was one where if I have a little, a little too much to drink and someone has one, oh, that's
No,
fine.
I get it. When you drink, like when you're out the bars or something
That's
like that.
what I hear from friends who smoke. They're like, man, it's like sometimes you just want like that, like especially when you're feeling loose, like it's just like a cigarette would just like really feel good. And then bumming a cigarette is a whole thing. And I asked them,
the whole bartering
well, maybe
system.
I'll ask y'all. Yeah, like
I've never.
I guess not Pablo, but Zen. How do you feel about bumming and getting?
No. So I'll explain.
I
I went to a festival one time in South Padre Island, and having a pack of cigarettes is like having a pack of cigarettes in prison.
Oh my god!
It's really like, okay. So I was in the festival. These two Edgars come up to me and they go, "Hey,
Edgar,
yo, can I catch a cigarette?" Or a lot of times they'll be like, "Can I buy a cigarette off you?" And then you say, "Hey, it's not even a problem. Just take them."
Gotcha.
Once you say that, they're like, "Bro, anytime you need us, bro, we here for you, bro. Like, don't even hesitate, bro. Like, if you in any situation and shit, just hit us up. We got you.
If there's any
not even
any short Latinas, bro, just call.
He's like, I ain't building a patio. Like,
not even 7 minutes later, they were being escorted out of the festival. They were being escorted out of the festival by security. Not even 7 minutes after we had this conversation.
Damn.
Then I'm like, all right,
them cigarettes.
Shit's getting a little too crowded here in this. Shit's getting a little too crowded here. In here, let me go outside. Let me chill on the beach. Right, we're in South Padre. Chill on the beach. People come up. Hey, you smoke weed? Nah, what the fuck? Like you? Like, well, I'm just if I'm smoking this blunt here, but like if you let me catch a cigarette, like I'll let you hit this blunt. I'm like, it's all good, bro. Don't even worry about it. Like just take the cigarettes.
You wouldn't.
Some other people with coke and shit talking about, hey, if you want a line or something, like if you give me a cigarette, I'm like, bro, this is the biggest bartering tool that I've ever fucking done.
Go buy a pack.
For real, I'm like, I have people on my payroll all of a sudden just handing out cigarettes. So it is literally a thing. It is like a big thing. It's like most people at clubs,
but you don't feel any type of way, right? Because then you can barter off. You can ask other people. Hey, I didn't have a cigarette. Okay, that's the sentiment I've gotten. It's like sometimes you're the person asking, sometimes you're not. So
exactly.
You just can't be constantly asking the same person.
No, I went to this. There was this one time I was at this bar, and it was like one of these hipster bars, and there was this emo kid just looking down the whole time, smoking cigarettes, and like I tried to like bum a cigarette, and he kind of like just ignored me. And I was like, okay. And then someone else came and tried to do the same thing. And he like just completely like didn't even look at them, like try to ignore the people around him. I'm like, this guy's a piece of shit. Like we all pretty much were just like, yeah, this guy's the worst type of person in the world.
Exactly.
He's there by himself brooding. Because that's
you
the
could
thing.
just lie too. You could just be like, I don't know. This is my last one.
If you're by yourself at a bar, like people are gonna come up and talk to you. Like that's just kind of what people do. So if you're antisocial at the social function, that's on you, dog.
That is on you.
Don't come out in public and not talk to people.
This guy is the worst because he could brood at home or anywhere.
You can brood on the street. Just go outside of the bar and brood.
He chose to have he was so like needy for attention that he chose to single himself out, do the one thing that it's like, oh, this guy probably looks sad. Like, let me try to cheer him up. So where people will talk to him, so then he feels like, oh, now I can reject this person.
Right. He's been rejected so much, he wants to reject some people.
Yeah.
All right, I'll play devil's advocate then. Maybe he had a bad day and he just needed a drink and he's like, like wasting his life away.
Buy a 6-pack and go home.
Buy a 6-pack and go home. All right. I feel that too.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah,
maybe
don't be coming out in public, showing your face to not show your face.
I just imagine you saying this to them too. Get the fuck out of here. How dare you not share your cigarette?
Here's what I do. You want to know what I do?
He buys a pack of cigarette, a bottle, and brings it in the bar. Hey.
So whoever I'm talking to, I just stand like maybe like 2 feet away from the person that I'm upset about, and then just talk shit about them to the person that I'm with out loud.
Like really loud.
Like I'll be like, yo, can you believe this dude's like, why the fuck this dude just here, not talking to anyone by himself?
This dude is crazy. He used to do that when we were in high school. And like my passive aggressive ass would just be like,
I would do that too. I'd like freeze, like, they can hear you. So for New Year's, like a lot of people do say they'll quit drinking or they'll drink less. How long do you think that lasts?
5 days.
5 days? Yeah, I think if I told myself I need to stop drinking,
business days.
I like
business
enjoy
days.
like.
It depends.
It ends at the weekend.
First, here's how I think it goes. First, you say I'm gonna not drink during the week. Yep. That lasts about 2 to 3 weeks.
You think so? All right.
Yeah. And it just takes one bad hangover on a Monday to make you drink on that Monday.
Damn.
What
I
the
never drink to get over the hangover. I literally don't want to drink
shower
again.
beer.
It takes
No.
like 2. I haven't, but
That's
I
a
hear
thing.
they're nice.
Sometimes when you don't like, when you're trying to like, really the
You know what
only
a
real
shower-
way to get out of the hangover is to just get drunk again.
You know what?
I didn't know
What a shower beer sounds good to me when you like. Let's say you just like did some like Mexican ass labor like in the hot sun and you're just dirty.
Shower beer.
A shower beer there sounds great.
Shower beers are good.
I've
for,
never
like,
had a shower
games when
beer,
you're
to be honest
showering
with you.
before you go out. Shower beer.
I've never had a shower beer. I had heard that term and I thought that was insane. I thought that was a
Yeah.
crazy concept.
Yo, ask
New-
Seth about
New
shower
Year's.
beers.
He's the one that told me about shower beers for the first time.
All
What's up,
right,
Seth?
all right.
Yo, put
Number
in the,
3.
Seth, go in the comments. Tell us about shower beers.
Number 3.
Also, in the comments for anybody else, what's your favorite beer to have in the shower?
Yeah.
I would say
Ooh.
Bud Light because it's already water.
No, you gotta go ultra.
I like that.
I heard
Ultra?
ultra is the
Michelob?
go-to. Yeah.
One of those. It's got to be in a can. If you drink a
Yeah.
glass, that's insane.
That's
Get the fuck outta
so
here.
wild.
Yo.
You
Yeah, you-
popping it? You popping it on the soap dish?
You got something wrong with you. Don't do that. All right. Number 3, getting organized. Many people resolve that to get organized in the new year, but it can be hard to find. And
4 days.
so I'm guilty of this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna get organized. I'm gonna get my shit together. I've already bought stuff to get organized for the New Year's, and I don't know how long it's gonna last. It lasts until I need to clean again, which is usually like a week and a half, and then I won't be organized anymore. So I'll say a week and a half.
I went
But I did
crazy
buy
on-
this stuff to get organized.
I understand that because I went crazy on Excel for like 4 hours because Elvira and I have been talking about like maybe wanting to buy a house next year. So I went insane on Excel and like budgeted out, built all these formulas with all these hypotheticals. And bro, I swear to God, if I don't use this thing.
Hey, real quick, this is gonna make me sound wild.
Yeah.
Every time I put a resume, I say that I'm proficient in Excel. I don't know
Go
how to
ahead.
use Excel.
That's completely fine.
Y'all want to show me how to use Excel? Because
There's nothing to
There's
learn how to
nothing to it.
use.
It's
how do I
actually
figure
not
these
that
formulas out though?
You
just Google it?
But you could literally like, let's say you want to figure out an average, you literally just type in the math for it.
Well, you're teaching them out. You just Google it.
Yeah, but you could just,
You're like, what are you trying to do?
Like,
you
you
just
could-
Google it, and then they
let's
give
say-
you the formula, and you just copy paste. As long as you know how to copy and paste.
you could literally be average
You're done.
equals like whatever the
'Cause
line.
I'm trying to make a budget.
That's too technical. That's too
I
technical.
just send you mine, dog.
All right, bet.
Yeah, you don't even. You could just download one offline. You don't even need to know it.
I use Google Docs.
You could say you're proficient in Excel is like saying like you could breathe. Like
Exactly.
It's either like there's
That's what's
like
the
no. I mean
biggest
there
thing to
is
lie
there
about.
is an expertise, but the
No, there is.
expertise
There's
they want
levels
is not
to
like
this
that.
shit.
I've seen
Yeah.
people like do insane stuff.
Yeah,
Like they have like
there's
whole
really cool
formulas
stuff
like
that
to
can be
go
done.
through it.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, damn, I couldn't do that.
I
But
do like
most-
basic
like,
ass formulas.
99% of the stuff you need, you can just get offline, or you can figure out in a couple minutes.
Like when I say formulas, I'm saying
If you can
like,
edit a video, you can use Excel.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
What's
All
the
right.
next one?
Saving money, which leads into what Pablo says. Setting a goal to save more money can be a good resolution, but it can be hard to stick to if people have limited resources or find it difficult to cut back on their spending.
Or motherfucking
How do you guys think
right
you get
after,
around that?
fucking as soon as
The paycheck hits, you just take out the money?
No. So on January, you're like, good, I'm gonna start saving money. And you say that because of all the stuff that you just spent on Christmas.
Mhm.
Oh
And
my
you're like,
God,
I'm gonna
yeah.
be
and then they
good.
hit you with the January deals, bro.
No.
You're like,
No. January, you're fine. January, you're recovering. You're like, we're all good. As soon as Valentine's Day hits,
yeah.
especially here in Houston, I figured out what happens. All right. January, I'm good.
Go.
February, Valentine's Day hits. March, the rodeo gets announced. The second the rodeo gets announced, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You decided what shows you want to go to. Once you've paid for those tickets, if you do, now you got to buy the
Straight.
carnival tickets.
Yo, we going to the Tejano night? Are we pulling up the Tejano night?
No, what the fuck?
Yo,
And they're never Tejano. They're always some weird fucking norteño. Every single
Damn.
time.
Damn.
Every single time it's norteño. It's never Tejano. Regardless.
Damn, you really don't claim Mexico, bro. That's just so sad.
What are you talking about? I said norteño. That means I know something.
I know, but you're saying it in like you don't want it.
I mean, I've said this so many times, dog. They all end in tan tan.
Damn.
They all
What do
end
you
in
mean,
tan tan.
dun-dun?
All the songs, dog.
And then
They all sound
Like
the
a
dun,
same,
dun,
dog. Or it's depending on the tempo. Dun, dun. But regardless, fucking all ends the same way. They're all you basically got to listen to the lyrics. And here's my thing, you got to really listen to the lyrics for this to matter. And if you're like me and you aren't paying attention to the lyrics, it all sounds the same. That's the reason I like Bad Bunny, because it doesn't matter if you know what he's saying. The vibe of the way that it sounds is already different, experimental, and get you going.
Yeah.
The other ones is like you literally like anytime that I hear that music,
the number one streamed
anytime
artist.
I hear that music, I just smell fajitas
like,
and I
don't even
think
understand
about
them
crying or drinking. Straight up.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny out here singing in fucking Vietnamese and shit. And Japanese and
Japanese.
stuff like that. So it's
That's
like
funny.
so
Yo,
it's like
it's crazy when you're at the concert and you just have like all these Hispanic scream. Oh, sorry, all these Latinos,
Browns.
all these
Browns. That's it.
Screaming in Japanese, bro.
Hey, hit me with the Japanese verse right now.
I don't want to. We get roasted enough.
Number
All right,
5.
keep going. Number 5.
Last one. Learning a new skill. It can be rewarding, but it can also be time consuming, require a lot of practice. Some people give up on this resolution if they don't progress quickly. This is actually one that I've done and like I've actually done. And I think it's cool. Like I mean, when you actually get a New Year's resolution done, like learning a skill doesn't take you a full last year. Like it could take you like a month or something. I think this is one of the easier ones to do.
So this year I'm learning Excel. Pablo, you want to teach me Excel?
I gotta learn Excel first.
Oh my god!
I know like basic Excel.
Yo, I'm gonna pull my mom on you. My mom one time on some this type shit wanted to learn how to play what the fuck is lacrosse, the one that you hit the balls. I don't know which one that one is. You hit the balls with that mallet, that white sport.
With horses?
Polo?
No, not polo, because you're not on horses. You're just like hitting the colorful. No, you're hitting these colorful balls. With the mallet.
Like, polo on the ground. Polo for poor people. I'm sure.
No, but it's a fucking thing. There's a no, it's not shuffleboard.
Bro, you're asking like the two brokest people you know. Like,
look it up real quick because I don't think
I'll try it.
It's not lacrosse.
I know I can picture it in my head, but like I don't know.
But she wanted to learn how to play that game, and she buys the game, and then says, "Zen, learn how to play it so you can teach me." And I was like, "What the fuck? What do you mean?
Croquet.
Like you don't have croquet?" So I'm like, you want me to learn croquet so that you can know croquet?
Sounds like ding, 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 ding.
That is the easiest way to learn,
like
to get somebody to filter it.
Yeah, that too.
So Pablo, can you learn Excel and teach me?
Sure.
All right.
Excel's the new one.
Everybody, what is y'all's like? What is the New Year's resolution y'all actually think that y'all want to do, but y'all are probably going to give up on?
Yeah, let us know.
No, I'm asking you guys.
Oh,
I'm probably gonna give up.
Not that you're probably, but just don't. I just know y'all are probably gonna give up on it. But
you can't come in with that mindset. Yeah, you can't come in with that. I'm gonna give up. Then it's
unless me coming in with that mindset. Unless me coming in with that mindset gets y'all's competitive juices going and makes y'all stick to it.
I guess. Like you coming in with that mindset is different, but us particularly being like, this is what I'll give up on. Well, then you already.
No. I'm just saying. I know y'all finna give up on it, but what's y'all's New Year's resolution?
Got you. Oh, so what's our New Year's? Okay, that's different. I haven't really thought about it. Pablo, you want to go first?
Let
me think.
I got two.
You go.
So first one, hopefully, we save enough money to buy a house. Hopefully the house market crashes, so your boy can get something nice.
Hey, let me know when that happens. I'm gonna hop on.
Yeah. So, and then 2 is I've realized that I've always wanted to like get in shape, but I need to get really specific with it. Otherwise, like I just give up really easily.
Like determine what shape?
Yeah, what is in shape? what do I think is healthy? So I started for me, right? So I started looking up like, all right, so for my height, what's a healthy body mass, like fat, like body mass to fat ratio, like BMI or whatever. Yeah, all that. So I started looking that up recently, and then because I was like, all right, if I'm gonna do this, I have to get specific and give myself like, by this time I want to be here, by this time I want to be here, by this, and I can actually track it. And all of this honestly inspired me with listening to Rob Dyrdek talk on the 9 Club. Because when he was saying like how he gets into like the nitty gritty details, and I used to think he was a sellout, but now as an adult, I'm like, oh wow, this guy was actually like really smart and genuinely loves skating, because he said that all his losses came from giving it back to skating. So so it's basically that. It's like, how can I begin to live life purposefully and not just let life happen to me? And I've realized that it's like when you put all these limits on yourself. And because like when you hear, like when he was saying, he's like, basically my life sounds boring to other people because I have a bedtime that I stick to. I wake up at a certain time. Like I do these things that sound like they're very restrictive, but it's actually what gives you the freedom to live life to the fullest.
Gives you better optimization, all that kind of stuff. So for me, I want to
strict with yourself.
Right.
I want to organize my schedule better. I want to have more time to focus on these things. I want to be able to push more, like be more consistent with the content that we're putting out all the time. So that's gonna be a big thing. I think that like we've been trending in that direction. So for me, it's just keeping up with that. And then I want to get in shape too. But I've been saying that for a long time. So I know that that's not going to happen off rip unless I pretty much
I just want to get
myself.
I want to get my jawline back because I ever since then say it.
I never said that.
Bro,
I never. I
did say it.
You did say it, bro.
Verbatim.
I didn't say it like that though. But
you did say it like that.
No. It motivated me though. I got a chip on my shoulder. I got to get.
There you go. Hey, don't eat it.
See, the thing is, I didn't mean it like that. See, that's what I feel bad. Is like one thing.
You're fine. You're fine.
No. One thing I noticed on the low is Pablo be getting a little sensitive sometimes, and I gotta watch myself. If I purposely am trying to be wild, then that's fine. But sometimes I'm just speaking, and then I'm like, oh shit, he got sensitive.
Hurtful. Yeah.
And I didn't think about it. Like I didn't think about it like in that way. But now I know, Doug. Now. Thank you for letting me know that maybe one thing that I should work on is the way that I express myself sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, maybe the way that I express myself needs to be worked on. And I'm gonna be nice to y'all for like 2 weeks. And then
nice.
Then it's back to
Then it's back to Zen. That's funny. I like those a lot. I think the best way to keep goals, and not I think it's common, like the best way is to hold each other accountable. Yeah. So if y'all both want to get in shape, then y'all would technically like get on each other's asses.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Hey, did you work out? Did you? You just make them feel like shit.
Remember when we rode 6 miles?
Remember we went on a bike ride and then we hit the airport and you got scared?
Yeah, because I was like, bro, I'm already fucking tired. Like, there's no way we can keep going.
Do it together.
We're gonna
I think that's the best way.
I was like, if we go any further, I'm gonna
because I told him, I said, hey, you realize this isn't a.
So y'all rode a bike to
like
the airport?
Bear Creek Park, basically. You know how there's that little airport in Bear Creek
my area has like a trail that'll take me like pretty far, like,
all the way.
The thing about it is it's not like a loop. So at a certain point, you have to like. I told him, I said, hey, let me know because at some
point you have to choose.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at bikes. So I told him, hey, whenever you feel like we're gonna need to, like when you feel like you're tired or whatever, let me know because we still got to take the whole thing we just did. We got to go back. I'm like, so just be in mind of that. And then he told me, he's like, bro, I was actually at the breaking point and I just caught a second wind. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let's start heading back then because I don't need you collapsing on this trail right now. Because I've actually had that. One time I was riding on, I was one time at Buffalo Bayou Park on some city bikes and I was riding around the trail and the homie that I was with literally collapsed on the trail of like dehydration or something. And I'm like, flat. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Nah,
Houston is flat.
When you're in Buffalo Bayou,
when you're Buffalo Bayou, there's hills.
You know Buffalo Bayou, bro. Yeah.
Buffalo Bayou got hills. But I was just like, what the fuck? I was really like, did this dude, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah,
I had to like find him water somewhere. It was like a whole thing. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, how? Yeah, I'm not around the car or anything. I can't pull up here. It was like the weirdest situation. I've never had someone just fall out on me like that.
Did you just like Postmates water?
Nah, I tried to get water from a water fountain. And then by the time I did that, like a nice Samaritan just gave them some water. It was like running on by. But yeah, I was just like, what the fuck, dude? This is mad embarrassing. And I was afraid that was going to happen with Pablo. So we should start riding bikes together.
Yo, that day though, I looked crazy because like going to, I was wearing like this like sports like quarter zip, like kind of like a fin row kind of thing. But like I like to wear like I like to keep the fin row with like the hood stuff. So like I wear like wide respectors under them. So then like on the way to, I was wearing that. Then when we turned back, I was like, yo, it's mad hot now. So I took it off. So now I'm a dude, and now I'm the Mexican in a white respector, brown, in this bike with the high socks on.
Pablo thinks, okay, but I'm gonna let you have that for 3 seconds.
You're being nicer now, dude.
He tied the sweater around his neck.
Oh no!
The fuck do you mean? You look crazy. You tied the sweater around your neck.
I try to make myself look less crazy, so I was like, all right, I'll tie it around my neck.
It ended up looking more crazy.
I was long socks. I was wife beater, bro. You had a sweater tied around your neck like you just came from a country club. calm the fuck down.
That's funny. Oh man.
The socks were white. They were long. I had the long white socks on. The Dickie socks, bro.
Oh my gosh. No, you didn't, bro. You had Nike socks.
Oh yeah.
Nike socks, Nike sandal. That's funny.
So I want to take a moment, within the holiday season and stuff like this to talk about our Lord and Savior Drake.
Oh my
And
God, bro.
because here's what's going on, man. It's like the craziest, and mind you, I'm gonna explain the
Saying I never seen Jesus and him in the same room.
I'm saying. So I was watching a video on
You think
YouTube.
he has to get a Drake piece?
Instead of
That'd
be some corny ass shit that Drake would
Someone
do.
came up with the Drake piece. Well, now it's just the owl, but so that's like the cross, and so, but he's Jewish, just like Jesus, but
too many similarities to ignore.
Too many, dog. Too many, and basically, I was watching this video, and it was Lil Baby in Atlanta performing, and I don't know if it was in the middle and whatever, but Drake and 21 Savage crashed the concert and just basically do a Drake 21 Savage set, like all the poppin' songs off the album and off of these features that they've had. Just Drake and 21 Savage just come out and do a few songs. Pretty good amount of songs. And I saw this crazy chain, and I was like, "That's a very interesting piece." Like it was big, but it wasn't like a giant Cuban. Like it wasn't like this thick Cuban chain, and it was like it was like around and it went down, and I was kind of like, that's a very interesting piece of jewelry. Like I literally saw that and was like, that's very interesting during this live video. The next day, the internet starts going crazy because it gets announced by the jeweler, and it's more like an art piece in the way that this was done. So basically, this chain has 42 hand-picked diamonds that are basically like engagement ring diamonds, and they're put on there to signify the 42 times he thought about proposing to a girl but didn't.
Is it really?
Do you think
it's not like? But it wasn't like.
No, let me ask you this: do you think Rihanna's diamond is the biggest piece?
Well, there is a very nice like in the middle.
Everyone's saying that.
It.
Yeah, everyone's saying that that's Rihanna's diamond.
Now, what I think people are.
Is that really the reason though? I thought it was just like.
No, so it's not like he got the ring, proposed, and then used that diamond. It's like anytime that he thought this girl might be the one, I might want to be with this girl, and then decided, man, nah, it's not the time for me right now. It's to
42
signify
times.
42 times that he thought about.
That's an insane amount of numbers.
Well, that's Drake. You have to realize that's the whole point. It's that it's Drake. And so it's like he's been.
So you're telling me, how long are you giving him? Like a month to fall in love, basically?
I mean, Pete Davidson did it.
42.
Yeah, I mean,
bro.
Yeah, 42 people.
Drake,
like, is he like, hey, the kindergarten girl that gave me the purple crayon, bro?
No.
This one right here is for you,
bro.
And this one's for the fourth grade chick.
Think about like Pete Davidson numbers. All right, Drake has been doing this for a long time.
Mind you, he dated SZA back in 2008. Just to give you a perspective.
SZA back in 2008.
Okay, but he thought of marrying her.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But that's 2008.
That's insane. Dude. I think he got an issue. If it really is 42 people I thought of marrying, this man has an issue.
It's mainly cap, and it's just.
I don't think he's ever pulled out a rig in his life. He's a man whore, which is for certain.
Yeah, but here's the thing: he's a man whore who's also sentimental. So he'll be like, apparently, this is all the meme stuff. Drake the type to go to the club, throw money, but then talk to the girl on the side and be like, "You don't need to be doing this."
Drake,
you know what I mean? So it's like he was gonna be out here womanizing, and then when he's alone with them and he's pillow talking, he'd be like, "I can see myself spending the rest of my life with you."
Right.
You know what I mean?
The girls I try to make believe that I was gonna marry.
Well, no, I think he truly believes it.
Damn. Ruben just called that out.
No, I think he believes it, and then he has post nut clarity. That's what I truly think. I think that's fine. But then you didn't really want to marry them. Well, but here's the thing: if anything on that fake Howard Stern interview is true, which was fake anyway, is he's basically saying that like he'll think about it, but then like just the way that his life is working, and like never.
It just means he doesn't know what like marriage is.
Yeah,
but he basically would say that he would like put like 3 girls together to basically make one girl for him. It's like, I like what she does for a living, but I like the way this girl looks, and I like the way this girl, whatever, right. And it's like these 3 things become one girl for him that like he could see or whatever. So it's like I don't know. There was that whole album.
That 42 people is insane. I'm like trying to hear the other side.
I genuinely feel like that it was like, what's a crazy number that sounds believable, but doesn't sound like
I'd be fine if it's just a cool chain. Like I'd be fine if it's just I just wanted to flex on people. I ain't getting married anytime
engagement
soon.
rings. Engagement rings.
Maybe like I ain't getting engaged anytime soon.
He has like 314 carats of diamonds.
I get it. That's what I'm saying. But if it really is 42 for 42 different girls, is it insane? Like what?
That's what it is. That's what it's supposed to be.
But like 42, I can't even think of like celebrities. So some of these are just like, that's what I'm saying.
Random
it's like
from Houston.
It's like the 5th grade chick from like random strippers. He's like, damn, I really want to marry this girl and get her out. I thought about it for like a couple hours. And then I thought about it for and then I put hot sauce in the condom, and then I left.
If anything, if
that one's this one right here.
And this is me going through.
That's why
it's a little red.
Yeah.
This was a little yellow, you know.
This is what I think when I hear the songs, and if I want to act like any of the song ideas are true, is like he goes to these cities. He'll go to a city. He'll go to Houston. He'll meet the stripper. He'll like have a thing with her. He'll be texting her on her cracked iPhone. He'll be like not pulling her out the trenches, but just doing what he's got to do it. And then he leaves.
Yeah.
And then he leaves, and then he still talks to her. He's still in his feelings whenever he's feeling a certain way. And then he comes back to the city, and then he's like, if this girl's still here, then like maybe she's the one. And then by then she like ran through like 4 other dudes. And then he's just like, oh, I see I'm not that special. And then he puts another ring on his
probably
necklace.
ran by like so many other people. I don't think Drake knows what like commitment or marriage is.
Yeah. No,
I think he's just like, I just like this person, but like on a slightly different level. But like, I wish that they would change this, and this about themselves. And they had these other features from this person. I wish they had a career. And also like maybe they were Rihanna, but Rihanna didn't like me. And so like maybe like it could be Rihanna. You should just have one and be like, I wanted to marry Rihanna and she ditched my ass. I tried to kiss her on stage. Damn, I'm getting wild. But 42 is too many. 42 is too many. But the chain is hard. Chain goes hard.
And then there's
even for Drake. You really think 42 is too many for Drake?
Is there one that's is there like a TSU diamond?
To actually think of marrying? Like you just don't know what marriage is.
Or to think about getting engaged. I mean, you ain't got to marry him if you get engaged.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, what the fuck did you just say?
That's what I'm saying.
You can always call it off.
Bro,
you can always call it off.
I love the mental gymnastics that Zen is willing to go through for Drake and Elon Musk is insane.
You can always.
You know, it'd be hard if J-Lo made a chain with all the actual rings.
Damn,
and she's like,
crazy.
That's an actual like bitch. Yeah. Thanos with that shit.
But she ain't Drake though.
But she's J-Lo. What are you gonna say?
But
J-Lo's
Drake's
washed.
Corny.
Yeah,
the thing he did is corny.
J-Lo's really washed.
She is. I agree. She's doing her own thing.
How wild can we just objectify for a second? I know y'all aren't on this shit with me, but like, can it be? It's wild. She was like the originator of like big butts when everybody was on that Paris Hilton like small frame shit, and now butts have gotten so big that like J-Lo's mid on the low.
Yeah, because everybody gets BBLs.
Yeah,
it ain't natural.
So now J-Lo just mid. Megan Thee Stallion's natural.
Oh really? Shout out. Meg.
Is she natural or is she like Liver King?
Oh my gosh, we talked about Liver King last week.
We did.
You wouldn't know, but we talked about Liver King last week.
Oh, natty!
And that's what we determined. We did determine that apparently he is actually natural, and that the media is making him say that he's fake, so that it's like when models get in trouble for like unrealistic beauty standards.
Yeah,
I think that's what happened with Liver King. He really is natural. He is really natural.
Yeah, he's supernatural.
But like the media made him say that he wasn't because it was unfair to everybody else. So it's like, because of Snowflake Twitter, he had to like lie about using steroids. But
I know I eat liver every day and I feel fine.
And like you've been looking crazy, dog. I've been seeing that jawline come in clutch.
Yeah, you see right here.
Yeah, like it's actually a very good angle. All liver, right
all liver and no 5G.
Absolutely no, dude. Hey. This is a little wild. I don't know how I felt about this. I wanted to put my tinfoil hat on and I wanted to be okay with it at the same time. I got a text message the other day and it was telling me that they just put a new 5G tower down the street from me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have like way better connection for my phone and stuff. And originally
a microchip.
And I was like, yo, that's sick. And then I was like, wait a minute. So I'm just inundated with 5G all around me. I just can't even escape it. I can't even go home and escape my 5G. I put foil on the windows immediately.
Man.
Yeah,
So,
is that what that
Make
is?
sure to turn off the Wi-Fi router.
Yeah, well, I had to turn it on for the pod, but other than that, we're all right. But
Yeah.
any last minute things before we close out this
New Year's special?
Damn, 22, bro.
Oh, quickly, top 5 albums of this year.
23?
Every person, top 5
we're
albums of
closing
this
on
year.
22.
I don't have top 5.
Top 5 albums. I don't.
Top 5 albums.
But I
got top 3. It's Un Verano Sin Ti by Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Gemini Rights by Steve Lacy. And then Soul Separately by Freddie Gibbs.
All right, I got you.
I agree with that list.
All right. Damn,
I will steal his list.
Wait, you're going Freddie Gibbs too?
Yeah, that's a great album. What are you talking about?
I guess I'm listening to it because he beats with that. All right, so for me right now, number 1 is Un Verano Sin Ti. Number 2 is Her Loss, Drake and 21 Savage. Number 3 is SOS SZA.
Nice.
Number 4 is 7220 by Lil Durk.
Oh, I'll add that one to my
number
list.
5, I'm stuck between Yessie and Future's I Never Liked You. And then honorable mention, actually, Yessie's going to get knocked off the list. It's between Kehlani's Blue Water Road and Future's I Never Liked You. And then
It's Almost Dry.
It's Almost Dry is not on my top. It's just a really good album this year.
It is a good album.
But then after that, honorable mention's Yessie. And then honorable mention after that is going to be Pusha T's It's Almost Dry.
Well, I was going to mention.
What about Vaughn's
honestly,
album?
I didn't listen to it that much to matter.
What about Vaughn's album?
Yeah. Also, Don FM didn't make the list because usually the Future album will make my list, but for whatever reason, this one just didn't hit the same.
What about
After Hours.
Trip Season Forever?
It was cool, just not on the top. It's not a bad album, just not on the top. Did you bring up Kendrick Lamar and the Big Steppers?
Did he just make his best car impression? Nah, I didn't because
I told you it had no replay value.
Right. It had no replay value. I agreed.
So
I think there's better albums.
Yeah, first I would say Un Verano Sin Ti. Then I would go with I'll take out Steve Lacy and I'll put in Pusha T's. Just personally, I feel like I listen to that album more.
Number 2, Pusha T.
Maybe no, Lil Durk. Don't let me
mess your.
No, you're messing them up right now.
Yeah, my bad.
7220, and then I'll do Pusha T, then Freddie Gibbs, and then that's it.
Okay, I like the list. Nice.
Well, tell your tios that we out here being reckless, speaking for them, speaking on behalf of them.
Feliz Año
Shouts out to
Nuevo.
all the Browns.
The
We ain't talking about Hispanics no more.
Get the grapes.
Apparently.
Get the grapes ready.
Yo, I'm
what
so
are the
hyped
grapes
for the grapes.
for
So you have to
know,
put 13
like
grapes inside your. You have to put 13 grapes inside of your champagne, so that whenever you celebrate, once the clock strikes midnight, each grape is another wish.
Yeah.
Each grape is a wish.
Why 13
for the New
wishes?
Year? I don't fucking know. It's some Mexican lucky number type shit.
I thought 13 was unlucky.
Man,
yeah, but in this way, it's 13, right?
I don't know how
12?
many it is.
That's 12.
I didn't know there was a number. I just thought you eat grapes for luck or something.
I was told.
Yeah.
I don't know them.
That's just what my family has told me.
Just get your grapes, bro.
Get your grapes though. Green, not purple. It's just crazy if you do green. If you do purple.
Purple.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yep, we out here speaking reckless, speaking for y'all.
Get
Happy
in the comments.
New Year.
Let us know when we're being reckless, when we're speaking for you, when we meant to.
And we'll see you next year. Bye.
See ya.